brother just went off. It was kind of boring. I mean, I really didn't couldn't tell because there's a storm going on outside, and it kept knocking the satellite out. So it was like, uh, and I was like, fuck this. I was like, change the channel. I watched a couple YouTube videos, and I came back. The station for whatever reason was still wonky, and so it literally went from the picking of the veto competition to Kaycee winning veto. Okay. I mean, I already knew she was going to win. I said it in my last video. So nothing really exciting happened. The whole showmance between Tyler and Angela, it seems kind of forced, kind of like they're both talking to one another simply because there's no one else to talk to. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's the deserted island effect where there's no one else there. So, whatever. Like, seriously. Angela, I can't see her with Tyler, and I definitely can't see Tyler with Angela. But maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like if they were outside the house, that would never be a thing. I feel like Angela would look down at Tyler, and I feel like Tyler would think Angela was too stuck up. But you know, I don't really know them, so it's hard for me to make that assumption, or should it be unfair for me to make that assumption. Not hard because I just did it. Anyway, I want to know in the comments below, do you believe that Tyler's straight hair looked bad? Personally, I still think he looked the same. I mean, I really don't care for him with the whole curly bush hair. And I mean, it is what it is, I guess, but his straightened hair looked to me more natural. But it wasn't natural. The curly hair looks like he had a really bad perm. And he reminds me of like a Frank. And honestly, I just wish he would like just cut his curly hair. I could see him with like a shorter like length. Like he used to have it. If you go and look at all the pictures that everyone freaking posts on him, of him, from his Facebook and everything, of him with shorter hair, because it's all over the Twitter feeds. Yeah, those psycho freaky fans that like to stalk people. Yeah, so he's got shorter hair in some of his past photos, and to me, he looks a lot better. But if he likes long hair, long bushy hair, then let him have his long bushy hair. I just didn't find anything wrong with his curly or his straightened hair. Anyway, back to the game. Kaycee wins HOH. That competition, they all seem to struggle with that competition. I highly doubt Brett would have done very well. I think Angela would have probably done the best simply because of what she has done before in the past as far as training goes. It takes a lot of balance, it takes a lot of muscle control, especially in your core. And people don't understand that it's not about, your legs or your arms, it's literally your core shifting back and forth. Did I say HOH? I'm sorry, she won veto. My bad. Duh. Oh, my video. It says HOH, not veto. I'll go and fix that. Whoops. But yeah, no, Kaycee totally won veto, not HOH. And it didn't change the game like I knew it wouldn't. The only game changer would have been if Scotty or Haley had won. And I didn't cover that in my last video, so I'm going to cover it now. Do I personally believe that Tyler should have won HOH? No. But to say that Haley was going to win isn't fair because Tyler was up there. He wasn't disqualified. Had he have fallen, I doubt the other Hive members, or sorry, level 6 members would have given it to Haley outright. Saying that Haley should have been the rightful HOH is wrong because when should have been disqualified, there were more people still hanging on. So we don't know who would have won that HOH. It shouldn't have been Tyler, but we can't say there was going to be Haley because when you have a lion or some sort of animal that's hurt and its back is against the ropes, they're going to try a lot harder to survive. So if Tyler had fallen off, Haley was still up there, you can best believe there would be more level 6 people still up there. So saying Haley should have won isn't a fair assumption to make. Now, had it been just Haley and Tyler on there, and he had lost his footing and he had done what he had done, I would said, okay, HOH belongs to Haley. But that's not how it happened. That's not how it played out. Either way, we have to get over it. Haley is safe this week, as far as we all know. Tyler, once are gone, level 6 doesn't. Scotty's probably going home again. but Scotty brought up a really good point. But something that we have all known, I've talked about this in some of my other past videos. The Hive is going to pick the winner, and it does make sense for them to take at least one Hive member to the very end because that way they control the vote. But I guess the Hive is going to control the most important vote of the season, and that's the winner. And as of right now, there was a poll on Twitter, none of the level six can beat Brett, and I'm going to have to agree with that. I don't think any of the level six are going to be able to beat Brett in the final two slot. Tyler has made too many final twos. He's broken too many hearts. He has just he's done too much. He overplayed, and he doesn't seem like the kind of person that will admit to it. And so we might have another Paul situation. Oh well, God forbid. Then you've got Angela. No one likes her. She's an ice queen. She's a cold bitch. She's not like Janelle or Danielle, where there's people that like her, there are people that don't. I feel like the majority of Big Brother fandom doesn't like who Angela is. Janelle and Danielle were confrontational. They would talk to you in your face, unlike Angela, who likes to go and hide and talk about you behind your back. Angela has a mean girl personality, where the other two, they were just straight up. They were pointed. They were abrasive at times, but they would tell you about yourself, and they wouldn't be afraid. We don't know that for sure. So if JC were to get evicted and he would be salty about it, I'm not sure he would still betray, especially if it were Kaycee with sitting next to Haley. I don't think he would vote for Haley to win over Kaycee. That's just my personal opinion because I feel like if JC were to feel betrayed, it would be by Brett and Tyler mostly. He saw he or should I say he sees Angela and Kaycee for what they are, a power threat, but at the same time, he is completely oblivious to the fact that Tyler and Angela are a big threat, and in my opinion, more so than Kaycee and Angela. For whatever reason, if I had to pit Kaycee and Tyler versus each other, I don't know who would win that. Kaycee has played a very boring social game. I'm not sure, but see, and Bailey, Rockstar, and Haley all like Kaycee, so I don't know. When it comes to, let's see, what'd you say? I think Sam. What'd you say, Blake? You think Sam's gone next week? I don't know. The moment that Sam realizes that Tyler and Angela are a thing, she's gonna sever all ties with Tyler. You can best believe that. She's got a woman scorned all over her. I personally don't think that Sam is going to be the one to vote for Tyler. In fact, I feel like Sam is the one to bring Tyler down. Josh was the one who brought down Paul. I feel like Sam is the one to bring down Tyler. He relied on her all summer, used her as a shield, then chewed her up, spat her out whenever it was convenient for him, and she's not going to forget that. Sam is going to be one of those ones that will be exceptionally better, in my opinion. Like Rockstar. Rockstar already has it in her head that she's not voting, according to Scotty, that she's not voting for Brett, Angela, or Tyler. Whether that's true or not, we shall see. But what else was I gonna say? I really enjoyed Haley not having anyone to talk to but level six because now she's starting to understand how everything got put together, how she ended up where she ended up, and I agree. Sam won't make it to the end. But back to my point about Haley, I think she's slowly starting to realize, yo, all the things that I had previously thought were wrong, and this is what actually happened. She doesn't trust JC, she can't stand Tyler, and she's seeing like the Angela, Kaycee, Brett, Tyler thing for what it is. She brought it up to Scotty about how they were all celebrating, but my thing is, too little, too late. Much too little, much too late. There was so many like warning signs that she completely ignored. She would bring them up, but then the moment someone had any sort of resistance to her idea, she would let it go. And in my personal opinion, that her personality of being a defeatist, it allowed her alliance to fail. If she had been the voice of reason, other than what's her name, Caitlyn, I think they would have done a much better thing. Yep, I agree, Blake. There's nothing they can do about it now. It's over. I mean, the game is pretty much over. And someone else, actually, a lot of someone's brought up a very good point. Big Brother lasts too long. Personally, I think that 79, 80 days is just enough time because right now there's what, seven of them still in the house. If they were to have three double evictions a summer, that to me, they have two pre jury and then one after jury. That would make the game to me so much more interesting, and it just speeds everything up. And they could have a battle back, yeah, that's fine, but they could have I don't know, a couple of evictions a week. Like I feel like they need to change the formula so it doesn't grow stale. Because Big Brother Canada, from what I understand, I haven't been able to watch an entire season. I've watched a couple of episodes here and there, but the way they evict people is a lot different, and the seasons don't always last so long. I personally believe that it's a money thing, that they want to make it last as long as possible because live feeds are a thing. And to make it last 2 months or 2.5 months, they lose money. But at the same time, they also lose viewers. I'm not sure which one costs more, but from what I've been seeing on Twitter, no one's watching the live feeds as of right now. Or should I say, there's been a sharp decline since Fesso left because there's nothing to watch. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch the live feeds. I don't watch Big Brother After Dark anymore, and I don't check the updates except for on Friday night, and Sunday night to see what's going on, and then I watch Sunday's episode maybe. And then I will watch Wednesday, and I definitely watch Thursday. But sometimes, I mean, I just feel like watching Big Brother, as of right now, has become a chore. It's something that I don't really want to do, but I do it just because. Last year, I think we had at this time the same amount of people. Last year was just a weird season because they had the self eviction. Megan self evicted. She's like, I can't do this. I'm gone. And so they had one double eviction last year, and I think they were scheduled to have two, but and then like an extra battle back. I'm not sure what happened with last year's schedule, but because Megan left, I think week one or week two, it was just over. I don't know. Last year I stopped watching after like halfway through. I think I was there maybe when Cody was still there. But I mean, I just stopped watching because the last season was just boring. It was boring, y'all. The most boring season I've ever watched of Big Brother. But I digress. Um, Kaycee wins. Everything's staying the same. Scotty's going home. If Haley doesn't win veto, Haley goes home. Then the real fun can begin. However, not veto, HOH. However, if Haley doesn't win HOH and she wins veto, we're gonna see some real interesting shit because you can best believe JC and Sam are gonna be hitting that block and they are going to fuck JC up. JC's gonna be so fucking pissed because no matter how annoying Sam is, they can bitch and complain about her. They're not sending Sam home over JC. JC can beg and they can reassure him all they want. JC is going to go home over Sam. And I'm sorry, someone was talking while I was saying something and I just completely ignored them. Uh, hey, America. Yeah, I know the past couple of weeks have been boring. Blake, self eviction, in my opinion, should be allowed simply because if they aren't allowed to leave the house for their own mental health, they can end up hurting themselves or damaging like the property. And so to avoid any of that nonsense, they're going to say, okay, sign all this stuff, waiving your rights, saying we can still use your images, yada yada yada, and then they'll kick your ass to the curb. Having the clause that you can self evict, but you lose everything, in my opinion, isn't a bad idea. Because there are some people that think they can handle Big Brother, like myself. However, I'm not being scrutinized 24 hours, 24/7. And so, if I were to get into the house and I find that it's so overwhelming that I'm so stressed out that I just can't do this, I need to get out of here, I'm going crazy, like Sam seems, leaving would probably be the best choice for my mental health. And if I weren't allowed to do that, there's no telling what I would do. Because when you start having a psychological breakdown, you really don't control what you do. People are like, oh, they should have better sense than that. Oh, they're adults. They should, be more careful, or they should be thinking more clearly. But when you're having a psychological break, you're not really thinking. All you're thinking about is like your fight or flight, I don't know. She said that her PSD was acting up. And personally, between you and I, we can't prove that to be true or false. It's what she said. She went through it. It's her thing. To say that she didn't go through it, to me it seems insensitive, but at the same time I felt like she just didn't want to get embarrassed, being the first one evicted, because if she had stayed, she would have been the first one evicted. That's just how it was going to go. But anyway, y'all, I have got a request. Earlier today, I ate sushi with my family. I took them all for the first time to eat sushi at Kodo, and I made a video of it. Like through the meal, I was like, you know what? This is like the clumps. I posted it on my channel. It's called Sushi Trouble. Check that out because my mom and my brother and aunt are so fucking hilarious. Between you and I, Blake, I agree with you. I don't think that Megan had anything wrong with her either. She just didn't want to be the first one evicted. She felt like she was being bullied, but she kind of was being bullied. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. Do I believe that there was something wrong with her? It's not me to say. Personally, no. Though. Oh well. Anyway, like the video, follow, share, tell your friends, tell your families, have everyone, vote for me, if not vote for me, cheer for me, and hopefully get me trending so I can be on Big Brother 21. Because best believe I will fuck that shit up, y'all. Y'all would root for me. What do you mean? I'm sorry, I was about to leave, but Blake said something that I don't understand. Cody and Jess should have left week 1 because of why. Oh, and by the way, let me see. Drinking a mimosa, y'all. I bought some Moscato. That was fucking garbage. So I had to mix it with orange juice because I was gonna pour that shit out in a heartbeat. Oh god, it's so gross. I let it sit there for a little while. Okay, so being bullied, some people can handle it, some people can't. No one should have to handle it, but handling your bully, it's like handling a fight. You either stand up to them, you ignore them, or you run away. And Megan chose to run away. I respect her for that because it takes a lot to run away. It does. If you've ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there was an episode where she was teaching the new Slayers, and she said, "What was your first instinct?" And one of the girls was like, "I want to run away," and she's like, "Good, because running away can save your life." And it's true. The same thing with bullying. Sometimes running away can save your life. Now, you may be thinking it's not that drastic, but bullying can lead to self inflicted wounds. And if you have to walk away from a bully because you're afraid of what you might do to yourself, running away can save your life. Megan chose to run away. There's so much we can talk. There's so many ways that we can go with this, but at the same time, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. That, and I want to finish my mimosa, and I want to play some Halo. Playing drunk Halo, by the way, is extremely fun because I can't aim worth a shit right now, and and playing with people with their headsets on, they're like, what the fuck is your problem, dude? Why can't you hit anybody? Why do you keep dying? It's like, yo, I've had a couple of drinks, my apologies. Especially when I'm sniping, I'm like, I'm gonna get him, pa, like 2 inches to the left, and 2 inches in Halo is like a lot. So I completely missing using all the sniper ammo and pissing my team off. But I shouldn't laugh about that, but I do because it's funny. But anyway, thank y'all. Like, do all that stuff, and watch Sushi Trouble, my previous video about me and my family trying or my family trying sushi for the first time ever. I think you guys will enjoy it. Mwah. Have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.